And Pete, let's talk Celtic. What's the latest with Matt O'Reilly? The window's starting to come to a close, and many thought he would certainly leave this summer, but no bids accepted yet. They're still holding out for that record departure.
Yeah, just the ongoing situation. Atalanta continuing to make bids for Matt O'Reilly, but not getting close to Celtic's valuation. Celtic, no rush to sell Matt O'Reilly. And to be fair to the player, it seems like he's been very professional regards all the transfer speculations, been playing every game so far for Celtic this season, still doing his job. So it doesn't seem like he's been really agitating or pushing for this move as well, which is full credit to him. And I think in an ideal world, Celtic would love to keep Matt O'Reilly to have another crack at the Champions League this season, because he is probably their key man right now. He's such a clever player, such a classy player as well on the ball. So I'm sure Brendan Rodgers will be hoping Celtic can get to the end of this window and keep hold of Matt O'Reilly. Likely as that probably is, I do expect Atalanta to come back with a new offer for O'Reilly. Now, Koop Miners looks like he's on the verge of a move to Juventus, so Atalanta, the Europa League holders, will have money now to go and try and meet Celtic's valuation, which is going to be £25 million plus. Brighton are also in the background for Matt O'Reilly as well, so it'll be interesting to see if they step up with their interest or rival Atalanta for O'Reilly. But yeah, obviously time is running out in the transfer window. I'm sure Celtic fans will be hoping it was the 30th of August right now and Matt O'Reilly was still at the club. But yeah, still time to go, and I'm sure there'll be further bids for Matt O'Reilly between now and the close of the transfer window.
And Paul, if you're Celtic, is there a certain date where you're like, okay, we don't have time to replace a player of Matt O'Reilly's importance, and what is that date?
Is there a date? You look at what Matt O'Reilly's given to Celtic last season. You look at his input, you look at his goals, you look at his assists, you look at the quality of his performance. The manager needs a good chunk of that transfer fee if it is to come in to reinforce the side, because it's going to leave a big hole. Listen, I think where Rangers are at the moment, though, I don't think the Scottish Premiership is going to be too much of a hassle for Celtic this year, in all honesty. I think they're in a lot better place than Rangers are. I think even without Matt O'Reilly, I think they win the title. But it's not about the Premiership. Listen, it is domestically, of course it is. But Celtic now want to get out the group stage of the Champions League. That's the next level for them with Brendan Rodgers. They want to get to the Champions League. They want to get through the group stage and qualify. Without Matt O'Reilly, that's going to be a big ask. So that money has to go back into the squad. That money has to be given to the manager to strengthen in areas that the hole that Matt O'Reilly's going to leave, plus other areas that gives them the best opportunity of doing that in the Champions League.
Most certainly. And left back's a position that's also been of some worry for Celtic. Owen Beck of Liverpool, who spent the year last year on loan in the Scottish Premiership, is one that's been rumored, but apparently Celtic not willing to meet that valuation. Can we still expect them to start pushing for this deal to get done?
Yeah, I think he's a player that's been on the radar for Celtic for quite a while now. They were interested in January, but because he had played for Dundee and he played for Liverpool in one of the cup competitions, he wasn't able to join a third club, so he ended up going back to Dundee on loan. I think Liverpool do have high hopes for Owen Beck, so I think their preference would be for Beck to go out on loan again this season. There has been interest from several championship clubs in him as well, so I think Celtic would prefer to sign him on a permanent basis, but I don't think it's something that Liverpool are entertaining right now as well. I think left back is an area of the team Celtic do need to strengthen in. Greg Taylor, he has done a good job over the last couple of seasons, but they are short of cover in that area. They also missed out on the Wolves defender Hugo Bueno, who ended up going to Feyenoord despite Celtic making offers for him as well. So yeah, I think Brendan Rodgers would like to sign another left back. If he can get Owen Beck in, who is already adapted to the Scottish Premier League, having had an successful season at Dundee last season, I think that could be a good piece of business and would be a shrewd signing, because he's a young player with huge potential, but the ball is in Liverpool's court. That'll depend on what they want to do with Owen Beck.